Hello and welcome to another episode of Collaborate and Pull Together. This is a podcast where we highlight all the positive things in arm wrestling and all the different partnerships that arm wrestling has presented to myself and our guests, as well as some of our viewers too. In a few moments, we're going to have some people join us. We're going to have Steve Fernandez of New York Tristate Armwrestling, James Reid of CNY Arm Wrestlers, and maybe some other possible guests to join us and discuss what has been going on in the arm wrestling community and what is coming up. So in the meantime, anybody who's in the chat, please send me some questions. Let's off with how was your weekends? Here we go. Here's one of our guests, Steve Fernandez of New York Tri-State Arm Wrestling is on screen with me.
What's going on, my man? I literally just got back.
Oh yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. Where were you at?
I was at I went to the Six Flags Walt Safari.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
how was it?
It was awesome, dude. It was absolutely spectacular, bro. It was so nice. All the animals were right there. You could touch the giraffes were right there. It was nice, man. It was sick. And then we went to Six Flags afterwards, just kind of like walk around, have a good time.
Nice. Actually, I gotta bring my son there. That'll be fun.
Well worth it, dude. Well worth it. It's only about 45 minutes to an hour to drive through the safari, but in general, it's so nice, man. They have rhinos there. They had everything there. It was sick.
Don't like that hand. What hand? What's up, Ali? We have Alex Caban. We have Brian on here. We also got the Drew 24. Yeah, I think we're going to be. Oh, you don't like his hand? You talking about your hand, Steve?
My hand. Why? What happened?
He doesn't like your hand. I guess he arm wrestled you over at the barbecue or something. Did you pull with him at the barbecue?
No, I didn't pull anybody at the barbecue, actually. Oh, he's talking about in Spanish because I was saying in Spanish, I was telling him, the guys, I was like, he doesn't like the hand. He doesn't like your hand because he kept on trying to grab on. And I was telling him, I was like, he doesn't like your hand. And he goes, so that was a thing in Spanish, and he was saying that.
Oh, okay. I was trying to get the reference. I'm like, what is he talking about?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he's talking about. All the Spanish guys from Puerto Rico and stuff. Because I was like, he doesn't like. I was saying in Spanish, no le gusta la mano. That's, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
And that means he doesn't like your hand. I was just like, so keep on, gripping up with him. Keep on, you know what I mean? Don't let him go because he doesn't like your hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't let me go. Don't let me get to the strap. Definitely not. Don't let me get to the strap if you can avoid it.
It wasn't you. It was actually a couple other guys. It was other guys. Yeah, because I even told Lewis, the guy that you went up against, and I told him, I said, look, I was like, Luis, sorry. And I even told him, I was like, look, I was chanting for you. I was like, but obviously, Dan's my man. I was like, it's hard for me to say anything to you. I could just say, good luck, grip up, I can't really say nothing, and he was like, no, I understand. I said, but you got where I'm coming from. He goes, yeah, no, I get it. I was like, so, but when Alex was up against what's his name? Brett, I think his name was.
Brett, yeah, when Adam went up against Brett.
Adam and Brett, yeah. So that's what I was telling him. I was like, he doesn't like that hand. And then same thing with Kong. He doesn't like that hand. Then Kong came to me, he goes, and he was like, look, he's like, I don't like his fucking hand. Because what's his name? Was it Zet or Zeph? So he was even telling me, he goes, Zeph has a ridiculous grip. He's like, so, I'm gonna have to just go straight to the pad with him, as I'm not gonna be able to, top him or anything. I was like, see what it is. But yeah, that's what we were talking about. That he doesn't like the hand. I mean, that's the countdown I was saying during the barbecue. He doesn't like the hand, man. So
That's hysterical.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is hysterical. Miguel, Steve is from upstate New York. Where at upstate are you? You're up in the Fishkill or
Yeah,
Peekskill?
I'm in Pleasant. I live in Pleasant Valley. I have my store up in Wappingers Falls, Fishkill area, Poughkeepsie. New York Tri-State Arm Wrestling and everything. Pretty much is right there in that area. You know what I mean? So that's where we run everything. Yep. But we really run the tournaments and everything is mainly all the way East Fishkill, Poughkeepsie, Wappingers. So it's right on that Route 9 like lane right there. Hyde Park, you know, that'll be the next one.
For those who are looking to follow this gentleman's organization, New York Tri-State Arm Wrestling, the link is just down below in the description as well as in the chat. And if you take your camera, take a scan of that QR code, it'll bring you right to their Facebook page.
Yep.
They got a lot of great events coming up. We're going to talk about them a little bit later on in the podcast. And we'll mention what's going on with that. But for the time being, question for you: did you end up catching the Challenger Series?
Yeah. I saw a little bit of it. I didn't really get to watch too much of it because I was actually at the tournament in Vermont. And
how'd that go?
That was really good, man. That was really, really good, man. They had phenomenal players. This guy, Sam Mitchell, man, he's a beast, dude. He's a beast of a guy, man, Sam Mitchell. I was actually talking to him about you, and he said he gripped up at you before.
Yep, I got my crosshair. He's in my crosshairs, actually. He's definitely somebody who I need to get some redemption on because that long-ass lever and his power down, I think I've actually have a little bit more tools in my arsenal to actually slow it down because it used to be where it was just stupid fast and I just could not engage fast enough. I wasn't setting up for properly with it. Oh, we got somebody else coming in right now. Uh-oh, trouble. Hide everything.
My man.
Hide everything.
Hide everything.
Oh, no audio? Let's see. All right, yeah, he's gonna hop out and hop back in. Better?
You good? Still no audio.
No. You might have to hop out completely and then hop back in. So I heard that was a pretty stellar event because I saw Sam Mitchell went up against was it Chris Michaels?
Yeah, Chris Michaels. He went up against Evan Reid. He went up against he went up against everybody, and actually Michaels beat him too. So they went arm for arm. I think he went left and then he went right, but they both got each other. But Michaels was even saying that he wanted some redemption on which he did get. But Sam Mitchell, dude, he's I was already talking to him about putting him together in a super match, and I asked him if he went up against you have anyone when he won 65 guys, and you're the first person that popped in my fucking head. And and it was even my mistake too. When I went there, I went a little bit overweight. I was 3 pounds over. So I was in a class of 175, guys. Ooh. And that's Bruiser. Yeah, man. And guys were just monsters, dude, in that class. And I should have stayed a little bit lower. But it is what it is. I enjoyed myself. It was great. It was a great tournament. Garrett Tupper threw that tournament too, him and his guys.
Tupper's a strong dude. He's not someone to take lightly.
Oh no, man, he's a beast, man. Him and his dad. Him and his dad.
Yeah, there's quite the training team there.
Really, man. Honestly, his dad did one hell of a job. Helping his kid out and do whatever he needed to do because that kid he's a monster, man. He's a beast.
I'm jealous of that boy's biceps. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I had biceps that look like that. I mean, I got some beefy arms, but this kid's arms look fucking like the chiseled straight out of stone.
Shredded. Double the size, double the muscle. He's got muscle upon muscle. You know what I mean? And he's cut. Oh, yeah. He's in ridiculous shape. And he told me, he goes, I want to lose the weight right. Wanted to make sure he just knows what he's doing. He's been doing it. And he knows how to use his muscles too. And it's not just for looks. He knows how to press. He knows how to hook. He knows how to top roll. He's good, man. I don't really see him press too much, but in general, he's good, man. He really is.
He's strong dude.
Yeah.
Now,
What
So
else?
for the Challenger Series,
Yeah.
the matches you did catch, what caught your eye?
I'd probably have to say,
Hey, listen. Are you there?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear now.
So when you give old dudes shit to do, you got to give them instructions. You can't just expect them to know how. Things complicated, man.
I think you've been around the block so many times, man. You knew what to do.
It's freaking. I'm usually on one of those other ones, man. I never seen this one before. The what is it? Real Stream.
Yeah,
What is it?
Yeah.
Never seen it before. Usually I'm with that other whatever the hell it is, man. I don't even know.
That's
So what's up?
What's going
Steve,
on, James? What's going on, bud? Looking good, man.
What's going on? Thank you. I was at my daughter's. She made a big Father's Day dinner and everything else, man. So
Happy Father's Day, my man.
Happy Father's Day to you and all the dads watching. All the dads are going to be watching it. I appreciate everybody spending their Monday night evening hanging out with us.
Absolutely, my man.
So
you're going to be down there in August in Florida, aren't you, James?
What's that?
You said you're going to be down in Florida August 10th?
I'm running the event on Friday. There's the tournaments on Friday, and then the pay-per-view Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there from the 8th because I'm going to be there on VIP. So I'll see you probably on 8th and the 9th. Are you going to be there for the 10th for the actual?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there probably from Thursday to Sunday, maybe Monday, Thursday to Monday.
I was gonna say because I'm leaving Monday, so I'm gonna be there from Thursday to Monday.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. Yeah. What'd
Nice.
you get? Hey, what'd you get? Hey, what'd you get the hotel for?
No, I got the VIP package.
What's that? I don't even know what that means.
Engen.
Oh, okay. That includes rooms.
Yeah, that includes the room. It includes meeting the guys, shirts, signed poster. 3-day stay at is it the Sheraton? I think it is. I'm not sure.
It looks like a nice place.
Yeah, it's a really nice place. I looked it up. It's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I was bragging on I got found rooms for $2 a night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I had to get them for like 7 different people. So it was pretty cheap.
Nice.
There you go, bulk discount, right?
Yeah, man.
Jesus. Freaking Airbnbs are killing me, man. Freaking, we just Paul got one for staff in Harrisburg, and it was 1,100, but which was decent because we had 9 or 10 beds, But then they got some new surcharges they're tacking on these things I've never heard of before, and I was like arguing with them. They wouldn't give me the they wouldn't give me the passcode to get in this damn thing. I'm sitting out. Yeah, so.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to be there. It's gonna be good, man. I can't wait, man. It's gonna be great. Did they find somebody for Camille yet?
Who?
Camille Jablonski? Because I thought he was going against Travis Bagent when he was going to be there.
I don't know. I'm supposed to have a meeting with him tomorrow, man. I'm gonna know some information, and I'm not gonna know others until tomorrow. And then I'll only get half of it tomorrow, and I won't know until the Friday of the thing, and then I still won't know until Saturday morning. So. That's what man always says, man. And I don't know if it's me not listening or they didn't tell me.
Probably column A, column B.
Yeah. It's like when Schwartz came over and they told me he was gluten free, and I got him the chicken bites, but I wasn't really listening, and then he was gluten free. So I'm ready. Yeah.
Listen, I give you the A for effort for doing that, man. I appreciate all the hospitality that you've given me and shown me over the last couple of years.
I mean, my wife's still pissed about you eating her freaking gluten-free cookies over that night, but that
I thought she was gonna be more pissed about me eating all your peanut butter, yo.
That's too funny.
What's up? Nationals, right?
Nationals, yes, we got nationals coming up. But before we cover that, though, I just want to do a quick little recap of the Challenger Series that just happened this weekend. Any matches that had stuck out that anybody was like, "Whoa, I was not expecting that," or "Hey, you know what? This dude's on scene. I can't wait to see them take off." I know North America did all in all a good job, but what did you guys think?
Jump right in there.
Steve.
Like I said,
I caught. Yeah, I caught most of it. I loved. I've been working with Travis for a long time, and we definitely got a love-hate relationship. But I love seeing him. He'll be another guy that blows that shit up. We already know that. Everybody knows Devin. Everybody knows. It used to be everybody knew Travis, and it's hopefully it'll come back around that way again. Not that they forgot about him, but he just hadn't been in the spotlight lately. So to sell more seats to make these promotions a little bigger, we need that back. We need the beast with his big mouth back. You know what I mean?
Yep, I agree.
Well, I didn't expect. I like Derek, nice dude. I didn't expect him to be able to do much with Travis's left hand if Travis was training, and I was told that he actually was training. So.
I'm really happy to see that Hunter Knopf destroyed his opponent. He went through him, didn't he?
Yeah.
The lightweight guys, it gives us hope, man.
Well, I'm surprised he didn't show up at the finals in Florida, because then that would have guaranteed a right-hand match for him in Turkey. And he was qualified, but he didn't show up. And I didn't understand that. There's a few people like that. I don't know if they're sitting waiting for the call, but maybe the call come, maybe it won't. When you looked at the East-West qualifiers in the finals, all Ingen said was, if you win the final, you're guaranteed a right-hand match. Guys got matches outside of that. He didn't say that's the only way you're going to get a match, but he's saying if you win that, you're guaranteed to get a match. So I don't know, if I was hungry to go overseas, and I was hungry to prove myself to the rest of the world, my ass sure would have been at the finals to guarantee my match.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely agree with you.
Yeah. So I think going back, I was talking to somebody else about this. I made the U.S. team in, not arm wrestling, but I was a fighter back then. I made the U.S. team in '96, and I traveled to Europe with the U.S. team and fought over there. And I was talking to Paul, and I was trying to do a whole motion about trying to get some of these guys in to talk about their experience with representing your country. I think that's the pinnacle of when you get involved in sports. Like that's even if you watch, there's a documentary about when the basketball team when they pulled all those guys to do, and it was you felt they that the pride of going and representing your country someplace else. Yeah. And some of these guys, I don't understand what this opportunity is there. Everybody that's won at the finals has either gotten a match or they have a match lined up. And so all the promises that were made, we gave away $25,000 too at both finals. So all the promises that were made are being kept. So I would expect it to be more into this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely agree with you. So was there a lot of guys that didn't show up that were supposed to show up that qualified, or?
You know what? We had a better turnout at the first finals than we did at the second. And I don't know if it was a regional thing. I don't know. I mean, obviously there's a tournament every weekend, which is kind of tough on everybody, but people are going to have to start. I don't know. Me and my wife she has to plan her tournaments out, because recovery time is right now more important than anything. You can't have them nagging injuries. We're a little older, obviously, and you can't have those nagging injuries. She's not going to come in, and at her level, if you're not 85% walking into this, it's almost like you're insulting your opponent. Like you think you're that good that you don't have to come in there at your best, and that's not. We want to be our best, always.
I agree with that. I don't want to show up to a tournament if I'm not at my best or feeling the greatest. I mean, I don't, or even a super match for that matter. I want to feel as good as I can because I don't want to sit there and feel like I have to make excuses as to why I didn't win, first and foremost.
Yep.
And then, like, you know, because I'm like the type of guy, if I put my elbow on the table, I want to put it on it when it's healthy and strong. And if I lost to the better man.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hates the excuses, and I, you know, I did too. I always felt if this guy beat me, he trained harder than I did. If he beat me,
yeah, without doubt,
he was smarter than I was that day. If he beat me because a referee screwed me, he beat me because you know, this was going on or that was going on. I would go back and my goal would be to beat him. I wouldn't think about anything but beating that guy again, you know, and I would look for him. I would look for him to go play so I could run into him and beat him. So that was always the goal. I don't see it so much anymore. It's a little, some guys, yes, some, most, a lot.
Yeah.
Before we get a little too much into this, I just want to shout out a couple people in the chat. We got Luke Polsher in the chat. We got Brian Parliament, Adam Hernandez from Puerto Rico, Kong from Puerto Rico, Drew. Let's see who else we got. No Team Arm Wrestling.
Ian Carnegie. No
Ian
Team
Carnegie
Arm
is in the chat. What's up? What's up?
I'm going to meet Luke for the first time at the Nationals. He's coming in for the Nationals.
Oh yeah,
so,
is he competing?
No, he's roughing. As far as I know, I don't know. You'll have to hit him in the chat. Ask him if he's competing. I don't think so, but who knows?
Luke, let us know in the chat. Are you competing? And what weight class? We got Ray Romanowski and Eric Fisk.
Oh, man. Eric Fisk is a beast, man. I just seen him go up against Michaels and Sam Mitchell at the last tournament in Vermont. That was amazing, man. Those three guys are hell fucking pullers, man. They really are. All three of them, man.
They are. Eric hasn't been pulling that long, and he's really leaps and bounds. You know, but he's got a good Upstate Arms. I think they're still Upstate Arms. He's got a good crew that he trains with up there, and Chris Michaels. The guy's a friggin' logger or a fucking lumberjack. His saw is bigger than him.
His hand
is massive.
Is about an inch thicker. So when he grabs your hand, the bottom of his hand is already cutting in.
Oh yeah.
So as soon as he can just.
He's a problem. He's a problem. I have to pull them at your event.
For a lot of guys, man. For that whole tournament, I think he was at 158 and he went to 165, went to 170, beat all the guys all the way up to even Sam Mitchell, and then they went the other arm, and then Sam Mitchell beat him. But in general, he's a beast, man. He's an absolute beast.
Oh, what weight class you gonna be pulling at, Luke? He is gonna compete. Check that out.
He's gonna compete. Sure.
Yeah, he's going to be competing as well as head ref for the event, and he'll be winning his world title this year. That's a big claim right there. That's a big claim. What weight class is that going to be at, Luke? Because I don't know. It's 136. You might have some trouble with that because
I'll definitely be at Nationals. I can play that much. You gonna have some gear for me so I can buy some gear from you at Nationals there, James?
What weight is he?
I don't know yet. He hasn't said.
I'm going to guess. Well, I'm not going to guess in kilos because I can't figure out kilos to save my life. That's why I put the damn shit up in pounds right next to the kilos. Because you know what? Even if I look up 75 kilos, I'll go get something to drink. I'll get something to eat real quick. I'll come back to the computer and I can't remember what that 75 kilos. I got to look it up again. So that's why you see it, man.
I'm the same way,
man. I don't go by kilos. I'm a pounds guy. You know what I mean?
Yes, we're here.
198 Masters and 187 Open.
Oh, okay. All right. So you won't have so much trouble with me then. I ain't gonna be pulling that heavy.
So many divisions in the Nationals.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
I ordered the medals and I was worried that my bank card wasn't going to make it. There was so many friggin'. There's 100. I think it's like 120 some medals in each. First.
That's a lot.
Wow. That's a lot of
That's a lot.
medals. So,
We-
all right.
I don't know if the Nationals included AMs before, but we did for this one. And I'll give you a quick background on this. I did, me and Paul and I got involved with NUWAY Combat a while ago. NUWAY Combat is a company that they bounce around. They do wrestling, jiu-jitsu, judo. They've been doing it for 20 some years. And we started talking to them, and they wanted to do the arm wrestling. They wanted to bring it in. So we talked to them, started doing some arm wrestling events at their events at the same time. So you got 400 wrestlers over here. You got judo going on over here, jiu-jitsu in the corner, and you're got your little section over here with the arm wrestling. And the idea was to commingle not only the crowd but the athletes themselves, and we started seeing a little bit of that, and it's becoming more so every time we do it. We had two, I think they were assistant coach or they were helpers or whatever. They jumped in. One of the fathers of the kids, and he won the novice division. And the first question that came out of his mouth was, "When's the next one?" We had 25 kids in Michigan, or 25. We had about 100 kids in Michigan get on the table, and so we're trying now to bring in that, not only have our event, but have a NUWAY athlete event go on after we do ours, and we're putting that. But anyway, when we got involved with NUWAY, I said I want a national. I want a national because, and not so much this year, but I wanted a national that you have actually had to qualify for. Look at the Canadians. You have to win the state, then you have to go to provincials, and then you go to nationals. Right. I like that. I like the old school progression where you did something to get there.
Right. Yeah.
So we did the NUWAY Nationals in Atlantic City. Dan, were you there? NUWAY Nationals, Atlantic City.
Yeah, last year. Yeah, I got second place to Imeda.
Pros had to win, I think, top 3 to get there, and the AMs had to compete in one of the events. And I think we had about 100, 105 pullers. It was decent. And then I ran into Simon a couple times, and I ran into him at the finals down in Virginia, and he proposed bringing in and unifying at least these 2 nationals. And I was all for it. I mean, it's the biggest arm wrestling federation in the world. Of course, if they come to you, you're going to say, absolutely, I want it.
Right.
But my only stipulation was, and I say shit like this, and people are like, that guy's a prick. I'm kind of a prick sometimes. Dan will tell you.
Hey, James, I am too, bro. I am too. So don't get. That's what makes us us. That's what it is. You take it. I
wanted that. My stipulation was it had to come to the East Coast. It had to be on the East Coast. That's the only stipulation I had, and we were doing it with a NUWAY event, so that's how it ended up in Allentown. East Coast, NUWAY, Allentown. Even NUWAY tried to sell me on Memphis, Tennessee back in April. And I said, no, Memphis is Midwest. I kept reading about these guys. On social media. Like, I'm 11-time national champion. I'm 9-time national champion. Well, yeah, because the places down by Walmart where you live every freaking year, and now you got 11 medals because you don't even, you ride your bike to the thing. You know what I mean? So I wanted these people.
Bikes out there, they only had horses.
Yeah, well, whatever they do, I don't even know. But I wanted it over here for all the guys that I deal with on a regular basis, and all the guys that I see all the time. That's why I wanted it over here. And that's what we got.
Appreciate that, man. Because you know what, it just makes it that much easier. It's like only 2.5, 3 hours away from me. Coming from Long Island, I know it's a bitch to get onto Long Island, but it's even more of a bitch to get off of the island. It takes me at least an hour and a half just to get anywhere outside of the state of New York. If I want to get past Manhattan, past the G-Dub Bridge, I got to tack on an hour and a half and then add on whatever time it's going to be taken, because that traffic is just horrendous.
Absolutely. I mean, even if I stuck with the NUWAY Nationals, I was going to move it next year. I was going to move it around give the opportunity to, different pullers around. That's what I wanted to do. And again, I don't want to come across like I'm being the freaking nice guy. I just feel that's the way it should be. It's not a matter of trying to be the nice guy. That's not it at all.
It gives everybody a chance to get to it. It gives everybody a chance to get to it.
You're bringing more pullers in by doing that. You're bringing newer and more pullers in by doing that. That's the smartest thing that you can do. If you're going to keep something at the same spot always, then always expect the same pullers and some odds and evens to come in here and there. But if you put them somewhere else and they already know about you, which they already know about you, they're going to go there. And the other pullers that already know about it are also going to go there too, because they already been there. They already know what it's all about. They've seen the awards. They know what you're all about. So that's the smartest thing to do.
With that being said, actually, hang on though, Steve. Hang on. There's a lot of people who do know about James, but there's a lot of people who don't. So James, tell us a little bit about your background in the sport. You said that you mentioned Michelle a few times, but there's some people and viewers here that have never met you and know anything about you. So please.
Really? Because I thought with my big mouth, everybody got all wind of something.
I was going to say, if you don't know fucking James shit, then you don't even know. I was going to say, if you don't know fucking James, I'm sorry, but then you're not.
There's some select few that may not know who James is. So I listen. I'm airing to that side. Okay.
Try to give you the short story because there's two versions of that. I'll give you the clip notes on it. I spent, I fought for years. I kickboxed, I did karate, I boxed, I did all that for years, and it was my life. This was before my career was coming to end, right when MMA was coming in, and we all stood around, watched it, and we were like, "This is a joke. You got a sumo wrestler versus a tall, skinny dude in a karate outfit. It's gonna disappear like anything else." Obviously, it didn't. Obviously, we're wrong about that. Right. But yeah, I had gotten hurt in Europe. I tore my hamstring pretty damn bad, right off my ass in Europe. And then I had a choice between getting the surgery or just. There was a couple different choices. I chose not to get the surgery, and maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe it was bad enough that I couldn't. When it happened to me in Europe, what was funny is I tore my left leg and I couldn't kick with my right leg because the bottom leg pulls tight when you're throwing the kicks with the other leg, and I couldn't kick with that leg. So my weaker leg is the only one I could use over there. We were over there almost 3 weeks, and then I came back, rehab, did this, did that, cried to my wife, bitched, moaned, and then about 2 years later, when I was ready to come back again, I blew my Achilles on the right-hand side.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and then my kids got old, and I wasn't making the money that I thought I'd make, or I didn't. Nobody was calling me up to be a movie star, any freaking that, which I know you guys are looking at me. You're like, I can't imagine that, And if I tell people this, and I tell people this, and I go, you know what? If that thing ain't under the tree Christmas morning, the thing that your kids have been talking about for the last 6 friggin' months, take all your accomplishments and throw it out the window because you feel like shit. So right at that time, I was slowing down. I was hurt. I wasn't making the money. And then Michelle got cancer, and she had been in the gym for, 20 years, and she got cancer, and we went through that hell. And when she was recovering, we got past it. Then she got cancer again, and we didn't know what to do with it. And no matter how strong you feel at that point, everything goes out the window, man. You can't do anything. You can't do anything. And she got through the second one, but there was so many complications, and the medication was off, and this, that, and everything. And she was lying in bed and trying to cut this down. We grew up in Erie, PA, so we grew up with Bart and James Wagner, and we knew Dave, everybody. And Bart was the one that said, listen, I don't know what to do with her. I couldn't get her in the gym. I couldn't do it or anything. And Bart finally's like, why don't we try arm wrestling? So what was crazy is she started pulling, and her first tournament was June of 2014. And she won the wall hammer in 2017 in June. 3 years. She goes from being in bed, recovering from a cancer, to winning a wall hammer in 3 years.
Amazing.
And that's what, yeah, it was. And so now I look back at what career I thought I had, and I'm thinking like, what? I didn't really do shit compared to what she was able to pull off, you know?
Well, you got to take in consideration too. She was able to pull off what she did with you next to her. That's the reason. You know what I mean? It's not just her as having the team with you guys together that was able for you to be with her and be able to go through what she had to go through with, and you were with her next to her doing that. So,
believe me, I tell her that all the time. Believe me, I don't let her forget that. Hell no, I'd never let her forget that.
I'd be doing the same shit. I'd be like, honey, I actually tell her still, because when she, what was her knee? She was playing soccer, blew her knee out. She always wanted to play. Yeah. She was out for, I want to say, almost a year because she was recovering. We had to wait for surgery, then sitting back and forth, and I had to do everything. I don't do shit. I let her do the house shit. I work my wife. I pay for everything. You know what I mean? That's what I do.
Lazy. My wife makes me lazy.
I can't argue with that.
I agree with you.
She'll make dinner, and then when you just set it aside for a second, she's picking it up. She's doing the dishes. I still can't figure out how my dirty underwear get from the floor back in my drawer clean. You know what I mean? Because she
sorcery.
She does it all, and she doesn't like me handling anything anyway. So, but yeah, she is.
My wife doesn't like when I wash the dishes, so I understand that.
She's a super beast. Yeah.
So you know what? The level of support's uncanny, man. Having that level of support and being able to provide it for our other halves. I think we're all fairly privileged in that regard.
Well, then we got into the tournaments a little bit more, and the women's division were terrible. The weight classes were terrible. There was no, it was 143 and 144, and that's it. There was no women's AM. Like I tell people all the time, take out men's AM, take men's AM out, and how long are guys going to keep to tournaments having their ass kicked and keep coming back? They're not. You're going to lose half your arm wrestlers if you take big AMs out. The pros are going to start thinning, and you're going to see it disappear after a while. They need that. They need that time to, to get better and feel more confident to step up divisions. So we're the ones that pushed. We're the ones that pushed the changing the weight classes for the women. We're the ones that pushed the AMs. And we got, we were pushy with it. So I pissed some people off, but I felt that it was the right course of action. It wasn't for my wife. My wife was already a pro. My wife already started when there was no AMs, and she got her ass kicked and kept coming back. So she was past that. I was doing it to bring more women in and try to keep them there. So we're the ones that we got. We pissed some people off being pushy, but now you see a lot of tournaments with women's AM. You see a lot of like we pushed to make the Masters 49 instead of 40. 40, that might have been like 1976 or 1955 when guys were dying at friggin' 60 years old. But if you look at 40 now, some of the best dudes in the world are 40. So
I'm 30. Yeah. I'm gonna be 38, but this year, and so that's only 2 years away from me. And I can imagine being against 40 plus people who are like, there's not that many people in the class type of deal. I see them at the tournament. I think I can do pretty well against them. So I appreciate you raising that bar, man. Squeaky wheel gets the oil.
I think so. And then what was it, 2 years ago or something like that? We introduced the semi-pro division. And the whole idea of that division, I mean, we got a lot of pushback on that. But the whole idea with that division is there's a couple of trains of thought on that. One is to give these guys more time to grow. You know, now they're still pulling in a not the pro division, but they can dip into the pro division it gives them more time to get better. It's like I was telling guys, like, say you're a green belt and you win a karate tournament, you win 4 karate tournaments as a green belt. And then you come to the next one and you come in and you try to sign up for green belt, and they're like, "Oh no, you got to fight black belt now." You're like, "Whoa, I'm still a green belt." It don't matter. You won 3 tomato paste tournaments, and now you got to freaking go black belt.
Yeah.
You know, it seems crazy to me. And that guy might be just a little bit better genetically. He might train a little harder. Whatever it is that makes him a little better than the guys that are in there, his reward is getting stuffed up with the pros. And so we threw that semi-pro division in there. Also, it's in there for hobbyists. There's guys that there's other guys under the Dan Schwartz that this isn't their life. My wife's not one of them either. This is her freaking complete life. But there's guys that this is like a bowling league or a dart league to them. You know, they compete, 3 or 4 times a year, and then they walk into a tournament. They say they've been doing it for 12 years. They're too good to be in the AM. But they walk into a tournament, and their first 2 matches are Paul Lynn and Paul Talbot. What's their incentive to come back to another tournament? There is none.
That's true.
Yeah.
No,
so
I agree with Eric. What Eric's saying right now, Eric Fisk. The tournament we just had just now, and I agree with you 100%, James. What you're talking about, and having a novice, an amateur, a semi-pro, and a pro. Just to open it up a little bit more, and because even this Vermont, we were there. The guy's first time pulling went up against an amateur that wasn't really an amateur. You know what I mean? He guy's been pulling for a little bit, and that happens all the time. Guys that are supposed to be, supposed to probably go up to pro, and they're still pulling AMs. You know what I mean? And
yes.
So the guy pulled, younger kid, broke his arm. You know what I mean? Because you're pulling in, you should be a novice. This is your first tournament. You know what I mean?
Well, Dan will tell you, it takes a while to build that bone density. And if you're not, we were looking at all of that. We try to look at everything. We try to look at even the injuries. And growing up, we fixed our own car. We built our house. We threw rocks at each other. We had BB gun wars when we were young. We had
paintball wars.
That explains a lot. You threw rocks at each other, man. That explains a lot.
Yeah, we promised not to pump it up more than once, but you did anyway.
Right.
You had the skin. Yeah.
Yeah.
But guys coming up now, a lot of them coming up now, those jobs, those hard labor jobs, there is a lot of computer stuff. A lot of you're on your phone all the time. You're playing video games. That bone density ain't there, and that tendon strength ain't there. And now you put those with a guy that's been doing this for 10, 12 years, and he built that up, then that danger is always there. So we're always look out for that too. Yeah. Nobody wants an injury at any of their events. Nobody wants it.
Nobody does. No, it definitely can be a major setback to, attendance and overall morale, because it's just definitely
a permanent setback. It was his kid's first tournament, and he broke his fucking arm.
Yeah, that's huge.
You really think that somebody that happens like that? It's very hard for somebody to come back and say, "I'm going to do it again." Very hard like that. But if you're a real puller, and if you break your arm, that shit's going to be so much fucking thicker, so much stronger.
Absolutely.
Next time when it heals up, believe me, that's going to be your fucking arm. It's going to be a lot thicker. It's going to be a lot stronger. So, but that's the way you got to think if you really want to pull. You know what I mean?
If you really, really want to progress in the sport, you take that as, okay, this is my level up time now. Don't take it as like a lead weight to life. And that's, knock on wood, I have not experienced any injuries like that. I'm still under 4 years, and thank God I have not experienced that level of injury. But I've taken a lot of heavy duty losses, and instead of it beating my ass down, I look at it as, okay, this is where I need to train even harder. This is where I need to make sure this guy can't beat me anymore, period. Mm-hmm. And I use that as a chance to level up, with my mindset. And I'm sure if if I ever were to sustain an injury like that, that's the same mentality that would drive me forward as well.
Yeah, that's the way you got to think. You have to think in that positive way and make sure that, you're going to be leveling up. Do the right thing next time. Make sure, but at the same time, maybe you're not really doing anything wrong. Like James said, it could be your bone density. You're not that strong yet to really pull with those guys yet, So
yeah,
first tournament, first time.
I broke a girl's arm at
practice.
I broke a girl's arm at practice.
No shit.
And it was a wife of a puller. She was there. She had been 4 or 5 practices. She was a strong girl, not small. And I had her, and I
broke her humerus.
What's that?
You broke her humerus?
Yes. And well, no, I can't tell you the exact break, but it was a humerus, but not. There's a story behind it, and then it'll reveal everything. I told her I'm going to give you a little tension. Just take me to the pin line. And right before we got to the pin line, I just gave her a little, not crazy, a little, and her arm popped. And I said, "Oh my God, baby, you might want to sit down. I think your arm broke." She goes, "Are you sure?" I go, "No, I hope to God it didn't."
Oh my God!
But she went to the doctor. Arm was broke. Come to find out, she had a calcium deficiency all this time, and nobody ever checked. Her arm broke from that calcium deficiency. They said it looked. I think she's in her 20s. They said it looked like an old person had fell down and broke.
Wow.
She had a really bad calcium deficiency.
We had another girl come that she had been hooked. She had been hooked on certain things for a long time, and she was clean, I think, for 6 or 7 months. And we told her, "Don't come back until you had about a year clean, because her bones are, we don't know how brittle those damn bones are. Take that chance with that."
There's not worth the chance at that point.
No.
Yeah.
I just want to shout out real quick. We got Miguel Rosa, another Puerto Rican in the house. We got Jennifer Ann Learned, who's here. What's up? Aiden LeMay, isn't that? I don't know who the other guy is. Cowan Ers. There's another guy that's in the chat. What's up? Thank you for tuning in. We're just talking a little bit about James's history in the sport and what his experiences in bringing different levels of progression to the sport, and how, what's next and where we're going with it. One of the things that I love about it is the opportunity.
I'd have to say James and his crew are probably one of the posts for arm wrestling in the world. I would have to say, between north, south, east, and west, him and his crew, Chuck, Angan, James, what you guys do is top notch. So honestly,
I appreciate it, man. We look at every event, and people will say a lot of events. They'll say, "Wow, that event ran really," and I said, "Okay, how many shirts did you see me go through?" Because the more shirts I go through, the less smooth that damn event was running.
Yeah.
But I don't want you to know that. We had a Keystone event one time.
Now I know. Now I know how your last event went, because I see how many shirts you went through.
Hey, we had a Keystone event one time, and I went through 6 shirts.
Oh,
and it was,
I don't doubt it.
Yeah,
that was a hot summer. That was a hot day.
Yeah, I had 3 heart attacks, and we went through 6 shirts. Yeah. So, but the key, getting back, and then I'll get back on that. Getting back is I saw when she was in it, when she got in it at first, and I saw what I perceived as some of the problems with it, and maybe I was, I don't know. I figured that I could stand on the sidewalk and bitch about all the things that I thought were wrong, or I could get involved and try to change them. Exactly. And so that's what I did. That's what I pushed and did whatever I had to do to make those changes. And at first, people were like, "Well, he's doing it for his wife," which is true. It's absolutely true. But I learned early in that if I didn't help the whole thing is an overall. And I hate everybody saying, I'm just trying to help the sport. Okay, fantastic. Half of them is bullshit. But I saw that if I didn't help the whole thing, there wouldn't be nothing for her anyway. You know, if it all failed, what didn't matter what I did for her. If it all failed, there's nothing there for her. So I wanted to help it. I wanted to make it bigger. I wanted to do more things. And then getting back to what were we talking about? Yeah, old people forget shit. Well, you just brought shit up, man. What was it? Tournaments. Oh, the crew. You know what? It took me a while to figure out that I didn't have to follow the blueprint of what other people showed me when we first got started. That I could deviate from that blueprint and I could make the shots, I could make the calls, I could change things and do things. And
I agree.
Then I got some great guys. You know, I got Colin and Jeff. I would say one of them is my right hand man, but all of them are. Ron Stingley. You know, these guys are just unbelievable. That you need people that you can just say, "Here's your job." Here, and they already know the job. You don't have to tell them that. They just ask, "Where am I supposed to be?" And over here, okay, good. And then I become just their support system. If they need a break, I'll sit in for them. So I gotta know how to head ref. I gotta know how to down ref. I gotta know how to do brackets. I gotta announce. I gotta whatever it takes to cover every one of their spots. And if they need water, I'm running to get water. I'm not telling them, hey, the water's over there. Right. You know, and by doing that and letting them do their jobs and not hinder at all, that's where you get the good crew, and that's where you get the good events, because these guys they're doing their job. They know how to do their job. Instead of micromanaging them, you just help them do their job, and that's it.
Right.
So that to me that's why I work with the same guys all the time. And another thing, and I'll get this, but another thing too is, you know, we used to work a lot of clubs when I was younger, and I was talking to my guys about this the other day, and it was a bar that I would say, hey, we're having a terrible night. Can I pay you and your guys a little less? And I said, yeah, absolutely. But when you have a great night, I want you to pay us more.
A little bit more.
Right. And he wouldn't do it, so we would never take less. But these guys, there's been times when these guys didn't even ask me for gas money because they knew the event was going to get bad. But then there's times when we had a great event, and I gave them bonuses all the way around, and they don't even question it. And I love it. I love all. Can't do wrong with those guys.
Yeah, it's definitely a well-oiled machine you got going on there. Speaking of well-oiled machines, I just want to shout out. We got Hector Beltran watching all the way from Mexico. This man's got a lot of skill when it comes to creating logos and designs. If you need a logo design, please hit him up. Check him out. Hector Beltran, that's how you spell his name on Facebook. Hit him up. Flood his inbox with your requests. He's amazing with this stuff.
He did.
Everybody knows
barbecue, right?
Yeah, he did the awards for the barbecue right here. Where'd it go? Beautiful awards. Very, very nicely done.
Nice.
Nicely designed. Came out beautiful.
You got a sneak peek of the awards for nationals?
Do I? Well, I have I'll send it to you online. They'll be here in the next couple of days. Yeah, it's a freaking.
I already had them.
Get out of here, man. Frick. You know what?
I know you plan ahead, but you don't have to plan that far ahead, huh?
No, I designed them, but you know what? I designed most of the awards, most of the T-shirts, most of the stuff we do, the flyers, everything. You know, but a lot of times I'll do it and then I'll come back 15 minutes later and I hate it, so I'll throw it out, and then I start again, and then I hate it, then I throw it out, then I realized that the first one was probably the best one, but I already tossed it. And then I try to bring it back in again, you know, and my wife she's like, oh, just keep that one. And I'm like, it's terrible. I ain't doing it again. But So that these medals, I wanted something a little special, and you had to incorporate, because this is a unified national, so you had the USAF, so I had to run them by Simon at the same time, and I had the NUWAY on there too. I wanted them to be happy, so it was a lot of BS involved, but we'll definitely have them the next day or two. They always get them to me on time. There's never a problem with that. I'm actually trying to see about having a award for anybody that won at the other national. We won't mention the name of it. And win at this one. I want to have an award that says undisputed national champion. They won both.
That's
Nice.
a good one right there. That's a good one.
Yeah. So I think that'd be fantastic. But I'm sure it'll take me until the last minute to get that together too. So.
So is this also? I correct me if I'm wrong. This also ties into as a East versus West qualifier,
right? You would think that. There you go. There's the answer right there. There's going to be some changes coming out in the next couple of days, and it will address. Matter of fact, I don't know if I'm doing a cast tomorrow with Ingen and Paul or what, but there's going to be some changes that come out, and that'll address that. I don't want Paul calling me at freaking 1 o'clock at night yelling and shit.
Fair enough. We'll stay tuned then. We'll definitely tune into who's ever podcast. Make sure you share it on your social media, because I'm sure you're gonna have a whole bunch of people asking you about it now.
Yeah, I know. Now that I opened my big mouth. Yeah. What's funny is
I didn't know that was off limits.
What's funny is Paul. Paul's a great guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really
great guy.
I feel like, we're really, I think we're really close. He says we're really close, but he'll call me in one of his moods and, yelling, not at me, but just yelling about stuff. And I'll tell my wife, there's a couple times I told my wife, she goes, who was that? And I said, it was Paul Lynn. She goes, no, it wasn't. I go, what do you mean it wasn't? She goes, no. Sometimes I have to call him back. I've done this before. I've called him back, got him riled up again, and then hit speaker so she would know that it was Paul Lynn. And she still didn't believe it was Paul Lynn. She thought I called somebody else. You know what I mean? The Boy Scout of arm wrestling, he never gets that way. You know what I mean? So crazy.
You're one of the few people I know can get everyone riled up. You know how to push everyone's buttons. Sometimes in the best of ways, though. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
I'll tell you this much, man. From the moment I met James, which was the last NUWAY that he had, I've hit it off with him. Never had a problem with him. Never had any issues with him. Helped me out whenever I needed anything. So honestly, shit, fucking great dude. Honestly, James, you've been from the moment I met, from the first NUWAY. You remember you and me fucking hit it off like that.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, you know what? You know what? I've had some problems with some people, but you know what? I'm the same way tomorrow that I am right now, and I'll be the same way next week. You don't have to like that, but you should at least respect it, because what I'm telling you right now, I'm going to say the same thing next week. You're not going to hear from somebody else that I said something different or that I did something different than what you know.
Right.
So that drives me crazy that,
I respect that.
Yeah, it should be. You don't have to like me, but you should at least respect that I'm the same guy. Yeah. I'm going to be the same. And I'm not going to do anything, detrimental. I get, we just talked about this the other day. I don't get in internet battles. You won't find any of my social media where I'm in an argument with somebody or that I'm doing this or we're back and forth. I don't do it. It drives me insane. If it gets bad enough, I will private message them my phone number. If they want to call me, I'll talk to them. If not, I'll wait till I see them. And when I see them, I'll approach them. I'll approach them every single time. And I'm not trying to be Mr. Tough Guy. I said this before on a podcast with RVJ. There's guys out there that'll kick my ass, but most of the time that's not going to be the case. And I'm not. I want you to see me when you're talking to me. I want to obviously get past that, but if we can't, then I want to fix it in whatever way you decide.
Right.
And there's some people that never going to happen. But there's some other guys like, me and Tim Lewis had a problem. He came to Keystone. We went in the back. We had a talk. And now we're good. And Tim Lewis said, hey, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Oh, fucking, that's a man. That's a man. He didn't say, I didn't do this. I even said to him, I said, fuck you. At least you're a man to admit that shit,
Yeah.
So I like that guy so much better than I did prior.
Nice.
Yeah, you know what?
I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that at the. You're talking about this last tournament you guys had?
Oh yeah.
I saw Tim, and I didn't see you guys or anything like that afterwards or anything like that. But in general, Tim's a good guy. You know what I mean? Seems like I never had any problems with him. I had him a couple of tournaments and everything like that. He seems like a good guy.
He got fed a lot of misinformation, and instead of fact checking, he repeated it, and he went with it. And there's a lot of situations going on with that now. There's nobody's checking any facts. They're just going with whatever being told, and because that's a fun way to do it, I guess. I don't know.
People like to talk, man. People love
exactly what I was just gonna say. People enjoy the sound of their own voice.
Let them talk. If you really want to know the truth, come and talk to me.
Yep, exactly. My actions speak louder than those words.
Yeah.
If you really want to know the truth,
if you have a problem,
let me run into you. Let me run into you.
Exactly. Like, come on, man.
That's the way it is.
A lot of people like to talk shit, though. I'll tell you that much.
Absolutely.
Well, we all know
that.
So I'm definitely going to be there. I know, Steve, are you going to be at the NUWAY?
Of course. Yeah.
Absolutely.
James even knows that. Every single fucking tournament that he runs, whether it's Pennsylvania, I don't give a fuck where it is, he knows I'm always there.
You know what? Not that I want. Listen, I tell guys all the time. I told Dan this too. I appreciate the ones you get to. I don't brow bash anybody for not being able to make a certain event. You can't make every damn event. Nobody can. But I appreciate the ones that everybody comes to. We got, like with the NUWAY ones, we got one on the 13th, 2 weeks after the Nationals over in Ohio. Every athlete's getting 5 days at Cedar Point's like one of the biggest park in the country. So that's a cool event.
Right.
And the thing is, they haven't announced it yet, but NUWAY is their big sponsor. One of their big backers right now is maybe I shouldn't have said this out of UFC, and they've co-branded with UFC. So you're going to start seeing the NUWAY.
Man, that's going to be great.
Yeah, you're going to start seeing.
That's a good UFC collaboration right there.
That's huge news, man.
It is.
If they're going to be sponsored.
They're part of their sponsorship.
Collaborating.
I know they've co-branded. What I've been told is they co-branded, and then UFC is one of their sponsors. They're supposed to be coming out with that whole. Maybe I blew it again. Hey Dan, erase this part. Go through and edit this shit.
Wipe it clean.
I had myself on this, but they're definitely a co-branded agreement that other went through, and the sponsorship. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but I know it's there. And I know
person's watching. UFC for the last 30 seconds.
Names on there.
Arson will be in Allentown, so you can talk to him about it. Steve, I'm going to introduce you to Arson. You'll love that dude.
I met Arson. I met him before. He's a nice dude.
No, I know Dan. I know you met him. I don't think Steve did.
No,
no, Steve, you probably haven't now.
Yeah.
He wasn't there last. No, great guy.
Nice. Great guy. I like him a lot. Yeah.
Love to meet him.
We do at the NUWAY is we do the dog tag wars, and what was great is my buddy down in Texas, Billy Ortega, he called me and he said, "Listen, would you have a problem with the Texas League doing some dog tag wars?" I said, "Absolutely not. Love it."
Right.
So they they did some dog tag wars down there, and it took a while for the guys to catch on to these things, but yeah, I still think they're cool. And as a matter of fact, Billy found me a cheaper freaking place for me to get the damn dog tags to begin with, so that was great. You know?
Yeah, the dog tag wars are sick, man. I like that. I like that you're taking them off, you're laying them on the table. I think that's badass. It's almost like you're
Good
taking
visual too, yeah.
from me when we're battling. You know,
It's a confirmed kill. It's a confirmed kill.
yeah.
And,
So
and that's hanging in your trophy room now. And that guy can never say, "Nah, he never beat me." What do you? Hold on a second. I got you hanging.
I got your tags
Yeah.
with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's legit, man. I like that. I like that a lot. You know what I mean?
I do too.
Yeah.
I've yet to get to one of those dog tag events because you got to make them a little more local, man.
And you went to Puerto Rico for an event. You can drive to PA.
I was gonna say, honestly, Dan, I was just gonna say, man, it's fucking PA. I even made it. I went if I was in New York, I went West Bumblefuck, and I still made it. And I didn't. That's when I met James. And actually, I wasn't even pulling at the time. Remember?
Yeah.
I was like sponsoring and promoting. I was taking pictures, filming. James was telling everybody, "Get the fuck out of the way. No, Steve, you could stay right there. Everybody else, get the fuck out of."
Yeah, well, that's where I gain my most fans. On the yeah,
that's great, man.
I'm not afraid to tell you as it is.
Yep.
I love the honesty part. I wish everybody was like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
be a better place.
Not everyone appreciates it, unfortunately.
Yeah. So East West.
Like I always say, man. You either
what do we got?
Hate me. It sucks, but you either love me or you hate me. That's what it is, man. It's always been like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Next up, though, before we get to the next East vs. West event, we also have, speaking of upcoming local events, up in Fishkill, we have New York Smoke Supermatch Series.
Who's doing that?
Me.
I'm just fun.
New York Tristate Armwrestling.
Oh man, Chuck is in that. We're gonna start shooting some promotional videos. I gotta get Chuck a star. I'm gonna make Chuck a star. So
there you go.
No, we talked about what a few years back we had Spencer Lightning Fire coming in to pull Brandon Elsesser, and the guy was doing I don't know, you wouldn't call them shit talk videos. What would you call them, Dan?
Hype videos.
Hype videos.
Yeah.
Amp up videos.
And the guy was so smart in how he did them. It was no personal insults involved. There was no, this, that, or the other thing. And it was the guy put together some cool things. And I loved it. I thought that was the best thing out there, that he was that smart that he could put together, those videos and not be just like, oh, I'm coming in and I'm going to kick your ass,
Yeah.
Stupid in my mind, And so even when Michelle had matches, we did them, and she hated them, man. But we did one where she was pulling Angie Rose, and we went downtown, and I made her go. I made her get out and on the corner with two homeless dudes, and she had signs. And no, dude, nobody said anything. I'm like, I thought this was fantastic. She had signs that I will beat Angie for cash, right? And then I gave the homeless dude a sign and it said, "No Canadian money," right? So Michelle and the one homeless dude's like, because I went down the street, I didn't want to be anywhere near it. I wanted to be down the street, and the one homeless dude's like, "Listen, I got her, man. I used to do MMA. She's safe right here." I said,
all right,
thank God she's safe. Yeah. So there's video and pictures of her going out to the street getting change from people in the cars. Oh, she wasn't happy about the whole thing, man. But I like, nobody said a damn thing, man. It's crazy, man. So we're gonna do some things with Chuck. Try to come up with some stuff with Chuck. And I'm gonna have to listen to him bitch the whole time he's doing it, but I'm gonna have him do it anyway. So
I can't wait, man, for this. I can't wait for Chuck to go up against Yoki. It's gonna be a good match, man. I think Chuck's got this, but
Fred's another good dude. He's a good dude. I worked with him and I helped him with a tournament last year.
Who
And he's a good guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
Chuck.
threw one.
From what I see, they're friends. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's more like a friendship match. You know what I mean? So, but either way, from what I see from Chuck, he's not taking it easy, man. He's full stream posting.
Oh.
It's definitely gonna be a good match, though. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Picture this. He takes a loss, and then he's got to come with us to an Airbnb someplace. And we've had a few drinks in us. How long? You know what I mean? Would you want to be there?
I would not want to be Chuck that night. I would not want to be Chuck that night.
He's training like crazy. He's training like crazy. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so it's gonna be good, man. A few of the matches, you mean, that me and Ivan put together, Tristate Armwrestling that we put together, fucking, I think are gonna be ridiculous. Like Perusa and Matt Wilds is gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna. I can't wait. We had Michaels is gonna be there. Chris Michaels is an absolute monster, man. He's a beast. Evan Reid too, as well. I mean, so it's gonna be a lot of good super matches, and this is all from. From us, pretty much, which is not an entry fee. It's gonna be free food. I'm getting jerseys for the guys, shirts for the guys to wear there. You know, no expenses. It's gonna be at a hotel, so it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be a great day. Great. I think it's gonna be a good exposure, you know, for us and everything else to make sure that everybody sees that we're concentrating on the pullers. Really, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's really what it's all about. You know what I mean? And I want them to know that and see that and feel that, you know what I mean? That environment, you know?
You need to talk about something I got the America coming up in October. And that's a big deal for me.
What date is that?
The second week of October.
Okay.
I really like the guy that does it, that runs it. I really like him. You know, so I'm trying to we did it last year. And I did the America and the Olympia last year, and I don't know what those promotions are thinking, but this year they're on the same day, which is stupid because they're losing sponsors and they're losing athletes.
Right?
You're gonna lose what? Yeah, it's dumb. So, but I like
are they trying to crush one or the other out or something? What are they trying to do with themselves?
I have no idea. One's in Vegas and the other one's in Atlantic City. So. But I like the America guy so much that I said I'm sticking with the America guy. You know, because I can't do both, obviously. So.
Wait, you can't be in two places at once? I thought you could.
I can't. I don't have that many shirts when shit starts breaking down. You know?
Not enough shirts. Oh,
yeah,
man.
you don't even know there's tournaments that have just been a possible disaster. And you know you're behind the scenes.
I've seen it. I can attest to it. I've been doing enough of your tournaments, man. Where I think you went through more of a wardrobe than I own in my house.
Oh yeah, crazy.
You're gonna have some new shirts at Nationals.
You know, my wife just brought that up tonight, so I got to get a hold of T-shirt people. Sometimes last minute works well, but you know what I mean. It's a hectic thing, but yes. We will have new shirts for the Nationals. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll be taking a handful home like always. You know that.
Oh, yeah. You're my best customer, man. Of course I'm going to have it. And I'm just buying enough for you just so I know I'm going to make a little money anyway.
And you don't got to worry about bringing peanut butter for me, James. I'm good. I'm not trying to cut no weight no more.
Yeah, no, thank God. Thank God.
I'm done with that game, man.
What are the weight classes? What are they starting at the Nationals?
I can look that.
You're asking a lot of questions, man. I think the seniors, and hopefully I'm not wrong on this. I think the senior men start at 43.
Get the fuck out of here. That's good.
I'm not 100% on that. I'd have to look, and then I'd have to get out of this chat to do it. But
I'm already in it. I'm on it. I'm on it for you right now.
On it.
So the Masters. Let's see.
Not Masters, regular senior.
Yeah, what do you have?
Oh, yeah. Seniors, open seniors, we got 55 kg, 121 pounds.
Wow. Wow, that's ridiculous.
121 pounds, and it goes all the way up to 110 kg plus, 242, but it looks like you have it at every 5 pounds kg. So it's going to be like pretty much every day about like 10 or 11 pounds.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
yeah. Now picture that in medals.
Jesus.
Woo!
Then you got masters, grandmasters, super grandmasters, double, triple grandmasters. I don't even. There's so many of them, man. I don't even know.
That's awesome, though.
That's gonna be great.
That's awesome. And what's the deal with multiple classes? Pulling multiple classes.
That's another thing that we're working out.
Okay.
WAF has their rule set, and this is part of WAF, but it's also a unified national with NUWAY, and so I've got different criteria than they do, and we're trying to mesh the two the best we can. I don't think they had amateurs in the past, and I put the amateur divisions into this. So give those guys an opportunity in between we're running the masters and the juniors in the morning, AMs between those and the seniors. And we're going to keep, and instead of all pre-register, we're going to keep the registration open half of the day to about an hour before the seniors get ready to pool. So guys don't have to get there at 8 o'clock in the morning. They can roll in. If they don't have to make weight, they can roll in an hour before they freaking start pulling.
I was gonna say, you're doing early weigh-ins or no?
Yeah, we're doing early weigh-ins on Thursday night.
Okay.
So that's another part of their deal. That's that WAF thing. I would do them Friday
Thursday night, and then everything's
Friday
on
all day.
Saturday, right?
Friday all day. Yeah. Yeah.
That's perfect.
I am so fired up for this, man, and I love that the later roll in time because I'm coming in. I'm sitting at like 175 right now, 176 on the dot, and I'm as strong as I've ever been, James.
I got to cut. I'm
as strong as I've ever been. Both arms too. My left arm is healthy.
So what is it? 171, 161. What's the weight class difference then? If it starts at 121, it's a 10-pound difference every other. You're saying?
I think it's 21, 42, 43, 54, 65, 76. Is there 87 in there? I don't know if it is.
Yeah, 87 in there.
220, and then I think big jump 220 to 242.
3-pound clothing allowance?
No clothing allowance.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, this is a professional sport. No clothing allowance.
All right.
But we will have the curtains up, so you can go behind a curtain. Nobody's going to follow you to the men's room. Also, and this might scare a few people, and this might make a few people happy. Your analysis on the winners. People are peeing on this one.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Winners are,
yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, so definitely the true nationals and going to the worlds, definitely, yeah, you're in test. That's for the pros. I don't know what's the top 2, top 3. I'm not sure, but I looked it up, and I actually want to have there's a powerlifting organization out there. I don't know the full name, but they use Raw in their name. And I was talking to those guys for a while, and they test 10% of their athletes at the events. You don't know what athlete, but 10%, you get whatever. You have 50 athletes, 10% of them being tested. You get 100 athletes, 10% of them being tested. And I love the idea of, I'm not one of those crazies that run around and say, oh, steroids. If you compete in an event and guys are using, don't bitch about it later because you lost to one of those guys. Don't compete in that event. Compete, try to find test events. So I'm not one of those guys that say, steroid. This is one of the WF requirements, for this, and we're talking about pros. They're obviously not going to test amateurs, not going to test. I don't think they test masters. My wife will get tested. I love that she's going to be tested. I love that information. I'm going to put that right on the freaking front of my freaking Facebook. You know what I mean? Because
There you
I've
go.
heard that
Frame that shit.
I've heard that accusation about her 100 times, and I'm gonna post the results right on there, man. I'm gonna put a picture of her pee right on my freaking Facebook, man. So it's pure pee right there. So
Pass.
yeah, absolutely, I like it. I like it. But again,
Good.
if a guy uses, that's him. It's, you know, if you choose to pull in that event, shut the fuck up if you lose.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. I almost feel like it should be 100% of the time like that, and it should be tested. And plain and simple, if you're pissing on fire, man, and you're not, it's a professional sport.
So I actually got a question about that though. How does it work, James? So let's just say first and second they test positive, right? So does that mean the guy got second and third and fourth? Do they get bumped up to first and second place? What happens?
I absolutely believe yes in the pro divisions, and they're the ones that are offered a spot on the U.S. team going to the World Championships. And the thing is, and you know what? I was telling a few guys, if you don't intend to go to the World Championships, still come and win a national title. Still come and say, "Hey, I was picked for the U.S. team. I couldn't go this year, but I was on it. I was picked for the team. I'm a national champion. I mean, what did you start arm wrestling for? Did you start arm wrestling so you could win first place at Bob's Bar? That's fantastic. Great. Hey, but ultimately, I want to step up my game. I want to compete at higher levels. I want to win as something prestigious, so anybody that's sitting it out so they can go to, Tony's Tavern the week after, to me, that seems crazy. It just does. You got this opportunity right here.
No, I know in Keystones they got the certificate from PA, from the senator, or something like that. You got something similar like that going for the Nationals because it's also in PA.
No, Nationals. You win at the Nationals. You have a spot on the United States team going to the World Championships. That's the Nationals. Now that the PA deal, that took me 4 months to get that. I went through
That's amazing.
3 or 4 different Senate office and a governor's office and everything else, and finally I had somebody step up that everybody else they had a couple of guys had an agenda. They were looking for votes. They were looking for this. It was beautiful, and I got to write the guy. I'm glad you brought it up because I got to write the guy. The guy that gave us those certificates, the guy that put all those together for us, he wasn't even running for office for this term. He decided he did 2 terms. He's going to do something else. So him stepping up and doing those certificates for all the arm wrestlers, he did that just out of kindness of his damn heart. He had no political agenda behind that, and I loved it. I thought that was fantastic. And that came from the Senate office. That came from the Capitol in Harrisburg. Came from the Senate office, and it was those certificates were fantastic.
Yeah, they are. You should have seen them, Dan. They were legit, stamp, sign, and now you're
recognized by the state. Yeah, that's so cool. I wish I could have made it out there, man. Next year, though, if you have that, work on getting it again.
I don't know if we could step down from that at this point. Matter of fact, I'm going to New York. And I'm going to try to do the same thing for the New York State Championships at the fair Labor Day weekend. I want to take one of those PA certificates and say, are you going to let PA outdo your ass here? Here's what it looks like. And, I talked to Mike Manoia, who, by the way, if you guys get an opportunity, anybody on here gets an opportunity, shoot a private message over to Mike. He had surgery today. Tomorrow they're flipping him over and they're doing surgery on his other side, which is even worse. His spine looked like a friggin' like a
snake.
Yeah, crazy looking. And now that's a great dude. And he He is having the New Jersey State Championships, and he got the Senate office to do the same certificates. You know, I told him what we were doing. Yeah, I told him what we were doing, and I gave him the letter that we used. I gave him the write-ups that we were doing, and he got it. He got it through. So I thought that was great.
Beautiful.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
Very, very beautiful. That's something very special right there. And I think that brings a whole new level of recognition to this sport and to the athletes that dedicate a lot of time, energy, and effort and, you know, getting to the next level. So I applaud you for doing that, man. That's exactly what these are things I want to highlight on my channel. These exact situations that you guys are busting your asses behind the scenes to make it better for the people like myself who are busting my ass in front of the scene. You know, it makes it that much better for me. It makes it that much more fruitful for me.
I am married to arm wrestling. What choice do I have, man? You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
I got Paul Lynn on one side and my wife on the other. I have no free choice. You know, I got to excel. I either got to excel or they'll leave me behind. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
You know?
I appreciate having you on to share about all this. We want to talk real quick about the next East vs. West event that's happening down in Orlando. I think you said it was August 9th.
Nope, August 10th. Well, yes, the tournament's going to be the 9th. Yeah.
So what do you got going on there? What's happening? Because I seen the invite to the event. But
James, that's when me and James are going to meet up at a restaurant with Paul Lynn, and that's going to be
Florida.
That's going to be the beginning of the Florida.
He's a rum drinker, so just get the captain on. He's good. Man.
Oh, man. I drink captain, dude. That's going to be a fucking problem. I'm a fucking spiced rum drinker. That's going to be a fucking problem.
Yeah.
You're the same thing, man. Yeah, that's you know what? It was I don't know if it was Ingen or Paul or I think it was a combination of the two that wanted to do an event at 14, hype up 14. You know, having the guys come down there, you know, mingling with the athletes. You know, we're going to give away the awards for the winners at the pay-per-view. So when the pay-per-view is over, the stream's still going to be running, and the athletes that are there to compete are actually going to be giving out the awards to the guys that competed on Friday. And
that's so
yeah,
sick.
Yeah, and it's going to be on this. Yeah, we're going to be promoting it a little bit more with you know, putting the good matches on the East-West social media sites. You know, you have a great match over here. We're, you know, two people don't even know their names. Well, we're going to put them, blow them up. They had a great match. We're going to blow it up.
Nice. That's great.
And there's going to be more. If this one goes well, which it's going to, excuse me, there's going to be more East-West events over here.
Awesome. I look forward to that.
Man.
Yeah.
You know, I would have planned on going to this one had I didn't have the World Series of Arm Wrestling that I already set myself up for. I hadn't gone the first 2 years they did it, and I made myself a promise that third year, come hell or high water, I'm going. So if it's a quick, you know, flash in the pan for me over there, maybe I might have something extra for it, or I don't know. We'll see. It might be a last minute decision if I can make it down there. Climb into Steve's suitcase.
To me, my decision was made as soon as I seen that stacked fucking card all the way through. There was no decision to be made. You know what I mean? You got the best guys of the United States, the best guys, you know, so you can't ask for anything better than that, really, you know?
There's a lot of good matches.
Oh, yeah.
You know, want to hear one of my funny Dave Chafee stories?
Tell me.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Give you a funny Dave Chafee story. So we're at the WAL championships in 18, I think, down in Atlanta. CNN headquarters down there was with TBS, what was the channel? Now I'm blanking on the channel. It wasn't. It was the counter channel to ESPN. Damn. What was
ESN?
No, what was Wall on that whole year?
Oh,
It was Time Warner. It was their version of ESPN.
I can't remember the name of it for the life of me right now.
I'm trying to think of it. Anyway, no. It was like a sports channel. It was the same as like I said. Anyway, we're down there at the championships, and I get a call. It's Dave, and he's like, he goes, James, will you corner me when he was going against the dragon? I forget the guy's name, but I know his nickname.
Jablonski?
No, it was a dude from Georgia or somewhere.
Oh, okay.
And, so I go, Dave, what the hell am I gonna tell you what am I gonna tell this guy that he's gonna listen? I go, Dave, what the hell am I gonna tell you if being in your corner? And he goes, James, I don't want you to tell me anything. I just want you to piss me off. And so I go, absolutely. I'm fantastic at that. Right. So we get there and I'm saying crazy shit to him the whole match. And just so happens he was on the card. He wasn't on the pay-per-view card. He was on the preliminary. And I wrote that. I'm like, you're not even good enough to be on the main card. You're in the preliminary matches, right? And then I handed him water, but I drank some first before I gave it to him, And he went through that dragon guy. He just smashed him. And then nobody ever hears Dave really talk. Dave took the mic from friggin' Neil Pickup and started saying shit about Devin. And then he freaking took the mic, gave it back, fucking walked off the stage and shit, man. But he didn't even thank me for that friggin' obviously I did a great job. You know what I mean? And the guy didn't even thank me for it. So I'm a little pissy about that, but yeah. Was able to rile his ass up. Good thing it wasn't a point where he came after me in the corner, So what the hell was it? Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report was Turner Sports equivalent to ESPN. Wall was on Bleacher Report for 2 years, something like that.
Okay,
a year. They were on ESPN and then they went to Bleacher Report.
Gotcha.
It was a good time, Don.
And then, so after that in August, we talked about early August, but Steve, you got something later in August going on?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure everything out if it's going to be August 21st. So I'm trying to figure everything out to see exactly what it's going to be if we're kind of still doing something, but I'm trying to figure out to see exactly because I'm kind of concentrating right now. We're concentrating on the super matches and everything else. I'm getting the jerseys and everything. Still waiting for the awards on that too as well. So kind of want to get that fixed and done. You know what I mean? First, but
we got battle at the beach on the 17th, and it's a decent size. It's probably 75, 80 pullers, anywhere in there. It depends. We've done it 4 or 5 times, I believe, already. But what's great, it's a fun tournament. We have guys put their nickname down, whatever they want to be called. Hopefully it's something crazy. We're drinking half the day, and it's not the pullers, obviously, but the guys on the mics and everything. It's outside on the deck. Dan, were you ever at the battle at the beach?
Nope, haven't made the trip up there. It's a little far up there, for a drive, for just like
every time you say that,
where is the battle of the beach?
Dan, every time you say that, I think about you in Puerto Rico, and none of it makes sense of what you're saying.
I have family and a place down in Puerto Rico, so it kind of makes sense for me to go down there. I have a place that I can, and family that I haven't seen, so it's just a good excuse for me to go down there.
Didn't you sleep on my couch?
I did.
Well, then you got a place in Syracuse too, don't you? What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I've slept up there.
But
it's only
honestly,
work.
Dan, what I'm hearing is no excuses, Dan. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing no excuses, Dan.
Hey, Steve, we got a big house. You want to come up for the beach?
Listen, I got news for you. If I actually win nationals, when I win nationals, I'm gonna have that ticket going to Worlds, and I hear Worlds at the end of August. So when that pans out, man, it's all gonna be training for that essentially.
Battle of the Beach, where is that? Is that in New Jersey?
The beach?
No, yeah, Battle of the Beach. You're saying?
That old beach is up here at Sylvan Beach, and we do it outside on a. I'm gonna send you a bunch of pictures. You're gonna love this. We do it outside on a deck, and I put up all these pop-ups and everything, and then we erase the B bracket losses, and it takes about 15 minutes. We transition right down to the sand, and all the people from the beach and the boats, they all come up. We put all the friggin' speakers over there, microphones, and everybody goes best of 3 on the beach. So we erased that loss. And then for overall, we have arm wrestling tug of war. And if you haven't seen this yet, you'll love it, man.
Where's Sylvan? Is this Pennsylvania? Where is this?
Up here in New York, like Utica.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, James. So, like, why would I go to that beach when I'm on a fucking island?
Because
we're on an island surrounded by beaches, that are,
Because Jeff Luke and I will be drunk on the mics, and right there is good enough that right there sells it. That sells
that maybe something that would sell it. Remember, the lifestyle I live now. I'm not as drawn to that world anymore. I may do it for the live entertainment, regardless.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And then I give away, it's Harpoon Eddie's. There's a 10-foot hammerhead shark on the roof. So I give away these Moby Dick harpoons for overall. These are like 5 feet long. And the 1 year we threw Dustin Jelf on the roof. And I'll send you some pictures, Steve. And he was up there spearing the friggin' 10-foot hammerhead on the roof of this friggin' place. So it's a great time. We get it. A lot of people come just because it's a great time. So
it's on the 17th.
Right, so I got a call out in the chat from Dave Shubich saying he doesn't want. I don't want a piece of him in the overall. So maybe I just have to take a trip up there to shut him up.
Yeah, please do.
I'm definitely coming. It's on the 17th. You said, right? August 17th.
Yeah, August 17th. Yeah, we got a stack.
I might have to carpool with you, Steve.
You can come with me, buddy. You know that. I have no problem.
Because you are kind of on the way up there for me.
That's what I'm saying. So if anything, come with me. I have no problem. You can stay at my house. I got more than enough rooms, dude. It's just me and my girl, and we got this gigantic fucking house just sitting here. So honestly, you got more than enough room. Shit. Stay here.
Steve, you give me enough advance notice, and I'll reserve a room for you at my house, huh?
Thanks, my man. I appreciate that, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I get filled for the New York State Fair. We've had up to 40 some people here at the house. We had tents out the back. We had a camper. We had in the gym. We had people in the, they brought their own beds. My wife loved it. We went through probably 10 pots of coffee, in the morning. So Dan's been here. There's been quite a few people here too.
Yeah, it reminds you of a frat party, to be honest. I got locked out of your house.
Nice. That was on purpose.
You locked the ice out there with me.
That's too funny.
All right, I'm probably leaving you. I'm probably dragging this out. So, anything else you got? Questions?
I got nothing else on this end. I appreciate everyone tuning in. I appreciate you guys coming and joining me tonight. I look forward to seeing what's next. 2 more weeks, Nationals. You better be there. I'm going to put the link up again real quick for anybody who missed it earlier. Please show up for the amateurs, show up for the pro division, show up to support your pullers. This is going to be a big time event, guys. I want to see everybody there. I look forward to getting challenged and challenging myself at this 176 class. Thank you, James, for bringing this type of arm wrestling event to the East Coast. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man.
I had to.
Yeah.
Hey,
James.
Down in Florida, just to point this out, if you buy your ticket for the show on Saturday, you get your second arm at the tournament is free. So if you're pulling Friday, if you come in with an advanced ticket, you get that second entry fee. So if you're pulling right, you get the left free, vice versa. You pull another division, you get that free.
Yeah, I saw that on there that if you pull your second arm, your ticket to go into East versus West is free, right? Is that what it said?
Yeah, but we switched it now because we don't want that kind of like leaves it open to how many guys are gonna how many guys are gonna buy tickets before and say we have all these winners and now there's 1,000 people in this place and they're saying we're past fire code, and now we got 25, 30 pullers that won. You know, and that bought a ticket. No, it'd be more than that. You might have 50 to 75 pullers coming in with their ticket. What the think's gonna happen there? You know, it's gonna be a freaking nightmare. So kind of looked at it, switched it around. So if you buy your ticket in advance, it's the same deal. It's just reverse. You buy your ticket in advance, you come into the tournament, you get your second arm for free.
Nice. That's awesome.
Fucking awesome, man. I like that. It just expands the growth of what you can do.
All right, like guys. I said, you're gonna be on the live stream getting your awards. The pullers are gonna give you awards. Angus gonna be giving out more stuff. A lot of the East-West custom stuff. Your custom awards. You're gonna get recognition. There's a lot of things that are gonna happen with this tournament on Friday.
Yeah, I just seen him. He got new shirts and stuff too. The gold shirts, the red shirts, and everything like that. Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff that's going on. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to be there and grab all. You know, I'm about merchandise, so I can't wait to grab all that stuff, get my signed shit, be there VIP and everything. I can't. You and me are gonna have a good time, Jamie. I already know this. Between the captain, you and me, and Paul, I already see this. This is gonna be a good time.
Florida will never be the same. Florida will never be the same.
Good.
All right, gentlemen, I'm gonna kill the live. Thank you guys for tuning in. Flex it for everybody. Come on, let's see what you guys are working with. Come on, James.
Thanks, man.